Alright, welcome back to Dodgy's Garage. So, we finished with the trike. Pretty sure. It's done. We've done everything that we had to and it's back together. Even remember I had to put the front fender on, which I found in the boot of my car. It's not the best looking. It's got stuff going on with the paint, but it's polished up. I polished the bike up so it's looking pretty schmeek. Glossed the wheels, the tyre shine and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, I think that's pretty. Even did the headlights because they were a bit yellow, so that's done. Now we're going on to the Vulcan to change the chain, put new sprockets on, and while I'm at it I'll get a new tyre put on as well, because if it's off I might as well get a new tyre. It's a bit wonky. So and this is it's absolutely filthy. Put that there. That's the stuff that's already fallen out of there. It's just, yeah, she's manky. It's caught a lot of stuff, and as it says there, 17 teeth. Now hopefully, I haven't actually opened the package yet, the new one will have 18 teeth and 40. So that's the 17, which means that should be a 41 or a 42. I think it actually says it on there. 42, there you go. So 17 and 42. And once I put the new one, which hopefully is 18 and 40, it'll drop the revs down basically. Should still have good torque from start, from a dead stop, but it just means when I go up to 100 k's my revs will be down. I won't be stinging its nuts off. It's like a good compromise of what it is, but yeah, absolutely yuck. So the first thing was just taking off this bloody cover. Look at the inside of the cover. That's just gross. Turns out there's only one bolt holding this in. It's that bottom one right there, which actually sits that way. So it's that one there with that little hole right there. And the rest just kind of, it's a rubber seal that snugs up against the inside of this. And it's cast, which is fucking, it's heavy. I didn't think it was that heavy. But there you go. So that is absolutely manky as. So, look at that. I've got no oil in the damn thing. Oops. Probably because it's all leaked out here. I don't know if there's a seal behind there. There probably is. Either that or that's actually probably because I keep putting lube on the chain. That's probably the chain spitting off all the lube, and it's just there catching it because the dirt once it gets in there can't get out because S bend. So yeah, and because it's hidden, how can it get out? So yeah, but now I've got to figure out what size nut that is, and then we can figure out how to get this chain off. It's just, yeah, there's a lot of grease and all of this, so I'm gonna have to wash this once I get it off. There's some little bits I have to do, which I've done. I've taken off the speedo cable. Supposedly you're supposed to sticky tape the brake drum, because the drum, to the actual bike, the wheel itself. Otherwise, as soon as you pull the pins off and take it off, it just falls out. But we'll see how we go. I'm about done for the tonight because it's like 6 o'clock or something like that. 5. And I don't have enough other tools because I spent the time trying to get this thing up and ready, putting that front guard on, because I only found that last night. But there we go. This is it. So that's manky. So yeah, this is the 1742. So hopefully I'll ask the boss man tomorrow if he's got a nut big as that, so I can, because I don't think I've got anything that big. We can get this thing pulled apart and done. So we'll see how we go. Alright, and the next day. So, had to ugga that off. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a 24 or something. I didn't actually take it off. Oh, it could be bigger than that. That's a 22. So, it's bigger than that. So, 24, we'll say. So that's loose now. So The rest of it was actually taking the wheel off. And there it is over there. It's not too hard. You do have to worry about the brakes falling off. So you take your speedo cable off, then the brake lever, that's rusted as buggery, I think, because that took me so long to get off. This little nut was just such a pain in the ass to get off. Like, we had to get not vice grips but pliers to hold this while I turned that. So absolute pain in the ass that was. Well, we managed to get it off, and then I had to loosen this. I think that's the brake holder, holds the arm for the brake, which is this thing on your arm. Is it that? Oh, sorry. This bottom bit here, sorry. I'll hold that straight so this doesn't fucking move around, so that holds that. Because otherwise you're trying to take your wheel off, you can't get your wheel out. So you loosen that there easy. That's a split pin, that's a split pin. That's actually a cotter pin, more of it than a split pin. Undo that just so you got some room to pop that off. You loosen your adjusters off. You don't have to take them out, just to loosen, because the pin goes out that way, so that's not a problem. Now what I was told is to sticky tape the brake shoe to the actual hub, because otherwise when you pull it out, that's just going to fall straight off. And that almost fell straight off as well, because that's the Cushman, your cush drive. Oh, that's okay. There's shit falling out everywhere. So that one must be on the inside, and this one here must be on the outside. But yeah, your little cush drivers, they sit inside there. Yeah, they look alright. They don't look stuffed or anything, and not cracked. So they might be a bit old, but they look alright. So little cush plastic cush things. When you drop the clutch, it doesn't shock this. It shocks the rubber, and the rubber just takes it nice and gently before turning the whole thing over. So you're never hard on hard. You're not direct to the spline and what's there. You got the rubber actually holding it in, so that's not too bad. So that actually pushes the inside of there. So yes, sticky tape this on. So otherwise that will, as soon as you, especially by yourself, as soon as you pull that off, the wheel off, this will likely just go oh and fall on the ground. You don't want that. Just, it's a delicate piece of engineering. Same with that, that'll just fall out, but that's a little bit more stuck on. And that just sits in there. Oh, there's your cush. That's where your cushies sit. So your rubbers just sit inside there. Yeah, that's actually your brake. That's your brake shoes, and that actually looks quite good actually. So yeah, so what is it? So it sits like that. So you get a brake on this side with all your other fend angle, and then you got the drive on this side with your little cush rubbers, Cushman rubbers or whatever in there. And they're just one each thing, and that's it basically. But that is as grotty as hell. I'm gonna have to degrease that. But I've got no degreaser on me at the moment. I mean, in the car's outside, the other side. So basically I just loosened this off like you would a normal wheel. Just loosen your wheel off, take the chain off, and then pop your, what's the name? It's a 19mm on this side, and it's a 22mm on this side. So I keep pointing down, I don't know why I keep pointing down. So yeah, this big nut, that's a 22mm that holds on your axle. So it's 22 on this side, and that's 19. Other than that, yeah, you just pull the sucker straight out, hold the wheel, shoulder up against it, hand underneath, one hand underneath there, and then the other hand just fucking lift and jiggle and boot, out she comes. And when you do that, this thing falls out, the spacer, and then everything else tries to fall out on you. But there we go, that is loose. So if I grab that, this should, by rights, or by lefts even, that should just pop on. I don't want to get my hands dirty again. Just took a heap of grease off. Come on, you mother frigger. There you go. Alright, so there's your lock-in washer. And there's your cogliog. Now, the original ones are rubber lines. See this little bit on the outside? That's rubber to stop noise. It's noise prevention. Yeah, so that's your cog. Now that's why I say the new ones will be just flat silver or flat metal. They don't have this rubber lining on, but this rubber line is actually heat pressed on from the factory, so you're not going to get it off. You can't swap it over. Here we go, 17 teeth. 530 chain, 17 teeth. So that's that out. So really, there's nothing stopping me from pulling this chain. Actually, there probably is. There probably is something. Yeah, there is. Oh, I think it's that. The pin. The pin. Yeah, that's not going to come out. But I have noticed when just before I was rotating this around, I'm looking for the if it had a split. What do you call it? Pin connection. What do you call it? Chain link. Sorry, I'll get there eventually. Yeah, like a split chain link. It doesn't. I'd say this is the original chain, so that's over 20 years old. One thing I will say, before you do any of this shit, degrease the bloody bike first. All this, all that, all the nuts. This thing was stuck on as buggery, but I don't think your degrease would fix that. That's inox, and then leave it for overnight. But just degrease it. It doesn't look like it, but degrease it, because this is absolutely filthy. I mean, I've just touched it, and it's just like the chain is greased up and filthy as. This is filthy as. That isn't too bad. It's brakes, but on the outside it's filthy as. I mean, that's filthy as. Everything is just manky. I mean, that's friggin' oh, yuckies, and that's absolutely yuck. So yeah, degrease the bike properly first before you touch all this. I mean, even the adjusters, they're greasy. So yeah, go over the bike and give it a good degrease first before you start pulling this apart, because otherwise you're gonna have shit everywhere. But that is pulled apart. That didn't go quite bad actually. Once we argued that off and undid the brake caliper, the brake adjuster, the boss pissed off, and it took me another, what, 10 minutes to pull all this off? Because literally you just unbolt a few things, pop the bloody axle out, and it just falls on you, falls in your hand. You might have to wiggle it and let that fall out, and that gives you then wiggle room to actually pop the wheel out, so that holds it really tight inside against the frame here. So see if that will fall out, and then everything else will just wobble a bit and you can pull it out. Just leave yourself some room, if you're doing it up on a hoist like this, between the bottom of the table and the top of your fender, because that actually that stopped the wheel coming out. I actually had to kind of pull it out. Now you might notice, someone might have asked, why is there wood holding it up? Well, because I couldn't find a jack to actually lift this up a bit to get the wheel off the ground. Now if I went higher, I would have cleared this end, so yeah, but then I've got straps on it. But I'll tell you what, these are handy, these lifts, because that's right at, that's right at my height. So that's fine, I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, real handy rather than lying on the floor. You can't buy one, just borrow one. Big borrow still. There's groups everywhere, you can maybe hire one, but they're so handy. So yeah, that was, up again. That was fairly easy. These aren't that hard to say adjusting your chain. You just take the chain off and then just keep going and pull the crap off and your wheel falls off. And you just take the bits out, because I've got to get the tyre. So I've got to take that in and get a new tyre. I mean, it looks okay. Like there's heaps of tread on there, but, I don't know if you can see it, there's a slight warp to it. This side is higher than that side. There's a slight warp to it. Yeah, it doesn't really show up all the time, but there is a slight wobble to it. And as I say, this tyre is, I think it was 12 years old. So, oh, there it is. What does that say? Can't see. Something. I don't know. Is that it? Anyway, old tyre. It's like, it's off. I have no idea how long that's been on there, how old that tyre is, how long it's been on there, what the heat cycle of this is. And I had to pull the whole thing apart just to get the chain cog off. So I've gone to the extreme just to get the cog off. I might as well just change this while I'm here. I've got a brand new tyre on it then, give this a good old clean up, then I can put everything back together, never have to touch it for another 20,000 kilometres. Because apparently you change your chain every 10,000, and then these every second after that, so every 20. Or is it every 20,000 and then every second chain? You'd have to look at your recommendations for your bike, but I think that's about it. But yeah, not hard to do. So what I'm going to do now, what time is it? 3:15. I could rip that down to the bike shop and see what they can do, but I want to degrease it first. I don't want to put a new tyre and then put degreaser all over it. So I might degrease this first, cut the chain off, and then basically start degreasing all this so I can put the bloody thing back together again. Because yeah, I want to clean all of this up before I put the new one in, so that's the thing to do. So I might just start degreasing, at least degrease that, and I can take that straight in and get the new tyre, because that could take a while. And then actually open up the package that I got and see what the new ones look like, if they are actually the ones I ordered or if they gave me a standard one, which is not what I ordered. But yeah, so that's it for now. Day 2. I mean, another day or two I should have this back together. Well, as soon as I get the tyre, I can't do nothing without that wheel, so I have to wait for the wheel to get back. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. Get the wheel back, then I can start putting it all back in, and then I have to make the chain, cut the chain, fix the chain, blah blah blah. But I bought a chain crimper now, because like I said, I had 2 bikes, so I've done one rivet removal and riveting chain thingy. So I've got one now. I've got it half price, $50, so I'm happy. And now I can do this chain once I get that sorted out. And I have to have the wheel on there to see how many lengths I need to put on or cut off of the other chain. So maybe by the weekend, but Sunday is a bike car show over the road there, so I'm taking the trike? Yeah. So never mind. So that'll do it, I think, for this vid. And then yeah, once I get the tyre back and that's all cleaned up and this is kind of cleaned up, I can start putting things back together. Really, I mean, if I didn't have the tyre done, this would be a day job, easy. But it's, yeah, degrease everything first, because this is filthy work, especially if it's an old bike that hasn't been looked after like mine. It's disgusting. But my brake shoes actually look quite good. They've got a decent amount of meat left on them, so I don't have to worry about brake shoes at the moment. The Cushman's rubbers seem alright, so I think I should be right to go. And all the bearings seem okay too, so I'm not going to have to worry about the bearings for now. They were probably done when the tyre was last put on, but they never changed anything else. So anyway, that'll do me for now. Alright, cheers for that. Give us the likes, you know what to do. And we'll see when I get this back together again. Alright, no worries then. Hooroo!